Committee for Quality Assurance, our head of departments, members of the accreditation team. You are all welcome to this event. Really, it's a challenge for me that Dr. Dawood asked me to do a presentation, 15 minutes, for the whole work we've been doing during the last 2 years. So I will try to be quick and convey exactly what we need. And I hope from our guests to help us in their comments and their suggestions and even evaluation, we don't mind. Okay? The outline of our presentation is going to be about the core function of IRC, IRC achievements, and we are going through 4 main initiatives: strategic planning and infrastructure, which involve governance committees and offices we created to do the job, the Internal Quality Assurance Committee, and the University Administration Improvement Project, and institutional accreditation. Core function of IRC. IRC was established 2 years or 3 years ago. It's data-driven decision-making and strategic planning, monitoring and evaluation of the effectiveness in our university, and support the governance and academic excellence, and aligned with international standards and the sustainability goals. During our work for the last 2 years, actually we have done almost 28 study, research, and proposal for projects. Out of these 28, 22 of them, they are already submitted. We've got approval from the senior management for 18. They are approved or adopted, let's say. 9 of them are only implemented, which makes 32%. These statistics might be misleading because we didn't involve the size of each initiative. For example, the strategic planning itself, it's one initiative. Quality assurance, internal quality assurance system framework, it's another one. So the statistics just give you the idea about the size of the studies project proposal we are doing. Today we are going to talk about the governance, what we have done during these 2 years. University Governance Committee and Office, we established all this. UOD, strategic planning, and UOD, International Quality Assurance System, and the University Administration Improvement or Reform Project. And finally, about the accreditation, which have been started a few months ago. First of all, we established a steering committee, okay? And steering committee. This committee is responsible for establishing the strategic plan, maintaining strategic plan, and follow-up of strategic plan. Plus, it's also responsible for all policies in our university, starting from proposals, review, approval, till it is endorsed in our university council. For that purpose, also we established a policy office. Policy office look after all policies in our university. Policy office itself has policy to govern its work, procedures, guidelines, everything. It has its own website. Any of our staff from the university can suggest policies, suggest modifying policy, or even suggest counseling policies. So they have feedback from all our staff, okay? for the improvement of our policy. In policy issue, we have two layers of auditing itself, because it's policy issue is not just writing policy and putting them on our website. So we have two levels. The first level is carried out by UPLO, or the policy office itself, just to make sure that the policies are well implemented. The second level is carried out by a subcommittee derived from the steering committee, and they do the auditing on the policy office itself. The Quality Assurance Committee also is responsible for establishing the internal quality assurance system and maintaining the system. For that issue, we needed to have a quality assurance office, which work as a coordinator between the quality assurance system and all internal and external stakeholders. So we consider this, what we have done here, is something like an infrastructure before we go into depth in the work. Our strategic plan, the process of our strategic plan we started this process by studying the government strategy, because our strategy should be aligned with the government strategy. So we considered the government strategy. We considered also our needs, and also we consider our ambition, what we need, where we want to reach, what is our target. After that, we established what, as we said, this infrastructure. Then we went to the analysis. So we've done something called environmental scan for our university. Also, we've done some gap analysis. And mainly the gap analysis at that time was against the CAI, the Kurdistan Accreditation Association for Education, CAI's standards. Because at that time we were reviewing the CAI standards. We said, okay, let's do it, check the gap. Even when it is approved, the difference won't be more than 3-4%. So we've done the gap analysis, and also we've done SWOT analysis. What's our weakness, our strength, our opportunity, our threat? Out of this study, we reach what we call strategic pillars, from 8 to 10 strategic pillars. Based on these pillars, we wrote our vision and our mission. Our mission consists of four statements. Out of these 4 statements, we developed 12 goals, and then out of these 12, we derived objectives. We reached a number of 128, I think, 26 objectives. The idea here was because we were new on this issue of strategic planning, so we needed to do everything, have the whole picture, and then decide what we will do next. And this decision taken by the steering committee was a right decision, because we discovered, after we've done all these objectives and we defined all the initiatives for these objectives and KPI for this objective, as a result of studying and analyzing all this data, we discovered that it would be difficult at this stage to start with this objective, while some objectives depend hardly on the infrastructure, and we had some weakness point in our infrastructure. Let's be right. And also some objectives were dependent on other objectives as well. So the steering committee decided, okay, we have 3 cycles. Let's make the first cycle. Let's have project initiatives. Okay. We will concentrate on this project initiative on building and benchmarking our structure, benchmarking everything, and then we will go to the objective. We've done this proposal for each project. Each project has an objectives, and these objectives are aligned totally with our 12 strategy goals. The first project was the implementation of the Bologna process. The second one is the University Administration Improvement or Reform Project. The third one, it has to do with environments, green, walkable development at UOD. And the last one is enhancing the UOD Digital Information Project. So it is difficult sometimes to talk about digital transformation. Okay, you can. And we already started to do a lot of things in digital transformation, but we needed to build up the structure. So we've done these 4 projects, and actually we are working with this project, and all the leaders of this project, they have to submit a report every 2 months about the progress of this project. As we said, our strategic plan is 3 cycles. Now we are on the first cycles. We already consumed 1 year. We still have another 2 years. We should finish all this. That's one issue. The other issue is, if you go back here, the implementation of the Bologna process, okay? After a couple of months launching this project, we discovered that we might need to involve more experienced people in this project. So we needed to stop that project, okay, and change the initiative. So we applied a policy in the strategic plan, contingency policy, okay? We've said in the report why we need to change it, and we suggested to establish the Quality Assurance Committee instead, okay? And this committee will be responsible, because as a project, it will be difficult to cover this huge amount of work. So talking about the internal quality assurance system framework, we developed this framework, and this framework consists of 5 stages, building infrastructure first, governance second, deployment, implementation, and the last stage is review and audit. Infrastructure is almost finished. As we said, we have our committee, we have our office, and we defined the quality assurance stakeholders, and we developed the quality assurance policy of the University of Duhok. And I think we approved it, and it should be endorsed by University Council. So the first stage is finished. Now we are on the second stage. We are actually starting to work on that. We need to develop policies, procedures, guidelines, templates, everything related to our programs, everything related to our programs. Then the deployment, after that the implementation, each stage ends up with an output or outcome. Okay. So the governance will end up with a quality assurance handbook. And at the end of this stage, we will have a quality assurance handbook which contains everything. And this quality assurance handbook we will use later. Implementation, I don't know if you know, we have over 100 programs in our university. We are a very big, huge university. So we need to put a plan for implementing our system. Okay? And at the same time, every program needs to be reviewed and need to be audited by our teams. UAIP, it's a project related to administration. Actually, in IRC, we needed we deal with data. In order to define the data, define the ownership, we started this project, but at the same time, we gained a lot from this project. We go into every single unit in the university and define tasks, develop procedures, policies, and from that we define the unit's structure, responsibility, job description, job titles, workload, vision, data ownership, self-assessment, resource optimization, and bilateral relations between this unit and other units. And the output of this project also will go into the quality assurance handbook. So we are in our internal quality assurance system, we are covering both sides, the academic side and the administration side. Last point is accreditation. As I said, we started accreditation a couple of months ago by CAI, as I said. It's the accreditation, institutional accreditation is 3 stages, eligibility stage, candidate stage, and initial accreditation. We are still on the first one. We went through the university is expected to be in compliance with an eligibility. We have something called foundation criteria, 21 foundation criteria. So we will have to be in compliance with this criteria. This criteria will make sure that an institutional quality, capacity, encompass, mission, governance, academic program, everything is in order. What we have done before the workshop, the main workshop conducted by CAI, and after the main workshop, during this time, what we have done, first of all, a dedicated team for our accreditation has been selected from our best staff. A gap analysis has been carried out, gap analysis to define the non-compliance issue, okay? Just to see what we have and what we are missing. We define the responsibility, units or person for each individual criteria, and we define the tactics to close the gap. How are we going to close these gaps? Okay, have been defined, and resources allocation, what sources we need, and the expected outcome. If you want to talk about policies resulted from the accreditation, what policies we need in accreditation, we need to establish 33 policies. 13 of them are general policies related to all other issues. 15 are related to quality assurance. You see now the intersection between here and the internal quality assurance system. And 5 are departmental policy, and I think the 5 are related to the alumni unit. So the total is 33, and our deadline is August 25. And August 25, we need to close all the gaps for accreditation, and at the same time, we need to also to finish the second stage of our internal quality assurance system. So, finally, okay. Now, what we have presented is only four of the main, let's say, main strategic initiative in our university. We still have many. We don't have time now, but significant ongoing efforts are taking place. For example, the project of environment and walkability across the university. If you go now across the university, you will see the amount of work is being carried out at the moment in planting trees, repairing pavements. A lot of work is being carried out now. Thank you for being part of this journey, our friends, our colleagues, okay? Because this work hasn't been done by individuals, this work has been done by committees, a lot of efforts has been spent here, and we still need each other to continue this journey.